are wet, as you can see. Not ideal, but that's all right. We'll give it a go, try and get some power down to the ground, and I'll tell you all about this car, all right? Put it in drive, put my seatbelt on, of course. Move my selfie stick down there. So whilst you're in drive, it comes up immediately in auto mode, okay? What you can do is click it over to the right and it will put it in manual mode. And to be fair, I'm really torn between the two. The auto mode's great. It's actually really, really good, really usable. You just feel like you're driving a normal automatic gearbox. And you just put it in manual mode when you want to drive a little bit faster, that's all. So I'll put it in manual mode and we'll begin driving and I'll tell you a bit more about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is, you imagine when Nissan built this car, okay? I suppose they probably would have done a few designs and then gone ahead and built an engine. Now, this engine is an extremely powerful engine. You then got the difficult task, once you've built an engine of any kind, of getting the power from the engine into the ground. That's the difficult bit. So, Nissan, what they done is sent the power from the engine down a drive shaft into the gearbox, which is, it's a dual clutch gearbox, it's pristine, the gear changes are perfect, it's absolutely amazing. And they then put the power from the gearbox into the rear axle, okay? It's limited slip, rear diff, and you imagine being rear wheel drive, it would be a disaster. So, that didn't work. They then sent the power to the front wheels, so the power goes directly from the engine to the rear wheels, and when the rear wheels lose traction, it sends power to the front, so we've now got four-wheel drive. You've then got to look at putting bigger wheels, bigger tyres, and evenly distribute the weight. So each one of these four wheels carries almost exactly the same amount of weight. Speed camera ahead. So 25% of the body weight is transferred between each four wheels. I hope you're still with me with this. So they built the perfect engine, the perfect drive system. They then created the perfect weight distribution because they chose to put the gearbox and all the heavy stuff at the back, because obviously you've got the engine at the front. They then put these huge tyres on. So we've got the perfect engine, the perfect gearbox, the perfect diff setup and drive system. We've got super wide tyres, 2 turbos, and this one's over 500 brake, and this happens. It's bloody ridiculous. The power is stupid. I've never ever experienced power delivery like it. It just throws power at you from all angles, and still, even when I put my foot down, then you can see it's battling for traction. So we've got the perfect drive system, we've got the perfect gearbox, we've got the perfect power, we've got massive tyres, massive wheels, wide as anything, and still we're fighting for traction. You've then got to look at road conditions. Every day that I've driven this car, I've not had a dry road, and it's a nightmare because every single time I put my foot down, I'm in second gear now, it just skips out. It's crazy, it's bloody crazy. Look, what is that all about? This car should definitely not be on the road. It's stupid, but that is what I'm all about. I'm a huge petrol head, like most of you lot are, and I want something that's gonna scare me. So bear in mind, you've got all of this going on, right? And it's crazy. We're all agreed that this car's immensely crazy, right? You then turn your head to the centre console here, and at the bottom you've got these 3 switches. And you're probably thinking, oh no, what's Calvin going to do now? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Them switches, I'm going to turn them all to R mode. So the one on the left That's for the gearbox. That basically puts the gearbox into a sports mode. This one is the R suspension. This one is the scariest one of the lot. It's the R traction control, which basically leaves it on to a point where it will save your life if you're about to die, but it will get you on the edge of life, which is pretty much where we want to be, I suppose. So we'll drop down to first gear. First gear is over with in about half a second. This car does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, okay? There or thereabouts. It's Bugatti Veyron speed. Watch this.
Hey girl, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. Hey girl, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. Down, 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 down.
I'm sure as I watch that back, my face is going to look ridiculous. And the reason my face looks ridiculous then is because I am battling, absolutely battling with the throttle pedal, how much I should or shouldn't apply the throttle pedal, because the more you do it, if you give it 100% consistently throughout a gear, you're going to lose it. It's just too powerful. The power that I have to use to hang onto the steering wheel to just keep myself in the moment and locked into the holding myself in the car as such. I don't know how to explain it. The reason why my face probably just went bright red then is because I am that's like doing a bench press at the gym. Come on, Calvin. It's just like pure constant tension. This car is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The reason why I like this car so much is because, obviously because it's fast, but because it's so mechanical. I have driven and owned a lot of other great German cars, and I am, if anyone asks me, I am actually a massive German fan, probably more so than I am Jap fan, but I just don't know of another German car for this price range that gives you this much excitement. Certainly have never ever driven a car like this. Now, one of the main reasons why I chose a Nissan GTR, the main reason, or the one, I wouldn't say the main reason, the one thing that got me hooked or into buying one is I'd done a track day at that Everyman Racing. It was a bit disappointing, if I'm honest. It was in Cranley. It was at the Top Gear test track. I actually done a video of that day, and the video came out really bad because it was just a rubbish day. But that day I drove a Lamborghini Gallardo, I drove a Ferrari FL30, an Aerial Atom, which we won't compare this to an Aerial Atom because they're immense and they're very different, they're more of a track car. But the other car I drove was a Nissan GTR, and I got in it after driving the other three cars. I thought, this car's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It looks amazing. It drove perfectly. It had a better gearbox out of the three, and it's got 4 seats, and the obvious thing is the price. It's a lot less money than an F430 and a Lamborghini Gallardo. So to me it just seemed like a bit of a no-brainer. It really got me hooked on these cars. I began looking at them, signed up to forums and like pages on Facebook, and you know, I got really into the GTR scene back in when then. So just bear in mind that this is predominantly rear-wheel drive. It then sends the power to the front, so that's why the back end slipped out a little bit there. But I loved it. So I drove it on a track. They don't let you drive them too hard on them tracks. Don't know why. You go there for a supercar experience, but you're not allowed to drive it fast. That's a different matter altogether. But I had a really good day, and I think the key point is that one thing I did achieve out of going there that day is I got hooked on Nissan GTRs. They're such addictive cars. Now, I get why some people don't like these cars. I get that some people knock them and knock the interiors and say, yeah, but it's Japanese, you can't call it a supercar. I don't go around telling people that I own a supercar because I agree, I don't think this is in the category of a supercar, but I'm very, very pleased with my new car. It's just so fun. It's so fun. I drive it around and I keep thinking I need to just park it up and drive something more sensible because I can't use this car every day, but I sat up last night and thought, why not? Why can I not use this car every day? It's fine, it's comfortable, it's really nice to drive, and if you put it in auto mode, it's quite calm and chilled. I put a post on Instagram the other day and it just showed that I was doing just under 40 miles an hour and I was in 6th gear in auto mode, and it's just so chilled. It's just such an easy car to drive. Sat nav, heated seats, Bluetooth phone, parking sensors, forward drive, automatic. This is, if I just replayed that section there, you'd think I could be talking about a Range Rover, a BMW 3 Series. Any practical daily car has all of them options, and this has got all of that, and it's got all of that power under your right foot as and when you need it as well. Now, when I'm talking to you through this camera and when I'm driving any car, it's difficult for me to give you the experience, but what I can do is explain to you in as much detail as possible of what I am experiencing. And now, in my head, I can't understand how a car with all of these attributes, as in four-wheel drive, big wide tyres, perfectly distributed body weight, as in 25% to each wheel and tyre, why is it still wheel spinning? Even I was flooring it yesterday in 5th gear and it felt like the wheels were going to light up. That's just crazy. Certainly no complaints from me. Nissan, I know you're not exactly the supercar go-to badge that everyone goes, that everyone thinks of when they want to buy a high-end supercar or sports car. But whatever this car is, whether it's a supercar or a sports car, I don't know what you consider this to be, but all I know is it's bloody amazing and I love it, and I'm so pleased that I chose this car as my daily car.
Hey girl, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. Hey girl, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. Hey girl, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. Put you down, put you down, down, put you down, put you down, put you down, put you down, down.
Who's that ringing me then? Albert at Night Racer. Hello, Albert.
Right, Calvin?
Yeah, hello, mate.
Just seen you bought a GTR.
Yeah, I have, mate. I absolutely love it.
Well, why don't you come down and we can see what we can do for you.
You want me to come down and see what you can do for me? I know exactly what you're thinking, Albert, but all right. I'll pop down on Monday, yeah?
Wicked.
Yeah, all right.
See you then.
Bye-bye. Bye.